A few years ago, I was working on a keynote address on the topic of giftedness and multilingual learners. Interestingly, at that time, there wasn't much research out there in terms of this special population of students. But it got me to thinking about when I was working long ago on my doctoral dissertation, and I was looking at high achieving students and how teachers perceive them as contrasted with lower achieving students and how they're perceived by teachers as well as the student teachers who are working with their master teachers. And it struck me that in the high achieving students classes, many generative activities were used where the kids were really critically thinking and they were writing and they were researching and learning in such a generative way and producing their work in such a generative way. But when it came to the lowest achieving kids, it was completely a different story. And one of the student teachers who was in my study, and this was after 300 hours of taped, recorded lessons, she said, when I questioned her about the activities she was using with her low achievers, she said, oh, you can't do those kinds of things with low achievers. They just want to do worksheets. You can't do that. And it got me thinking, that's something wrong there. And now fast forward, I've heard some teachers of multilingual learners express almost the same thing, that we need to be working slowly with the students, we can't accelerate their learning, and that's disturbing too. I've had an adage for many, many years, and that is just because they don't speak English proficiently doesn't mean they can't think. So what we need to do as teachers is to really engage their thinking strategies and get those critical thinking motors running, even as they are acquiring English as a second or a multiple language. So let's keep that adage in mind and let's teach all of these students as if each and one of them is gifted and talented.